Morning. This is our milking parlor. We have a DeLaval parlor. It's a double 13 parallel parlor. We have rapid exits. This is actually a retrofit parlor. We used to have a parallel, but it wasn't quite straight on, double 10, and we swapped to a 13 here. We would have went 14, but it was a little too much to do in the area that we had to work with. But we have top unloader claws, and we have a two-piece inflation right now. We've been messing around with different inflations, but right now we're seeming pretty happy with these. They shut off nice when they bend over, and they're lasting decent. But so we have auto takeoffs with the weights, and when the cow comes in here, it'll read their ear tag with. It uses the white RFID tag number, and that'll give milk weights into the computer. We can keep track of weights every day. The only thing we can't do is the somatic cell and fat and protein. But so this parlor's been working really nice for us. We can milk about 100 cows an hour comfortably. And it's just a nice retrofit. There isn't a whole lot I'd change about it. So today I need to pull apart the auto shutoffs here. These black things right here. That's what shuts the vacuum off to the claw. It's activated by these little control things with these air lines going across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these caps apart, and then I got to replace this gasket right here. I have new gaskets. I'm going to pull this apart. I take these off and I clean these, and I'm going to spray them down with acid and get all this this white gunk off the buildup, and that's all I have to do under here. And then later I'm going to have to pull apart the claws and clean them and change the gaskets on those. So that's some of the prep we have to do here to keep the parlor maintained. It's pretty easy. The neat thing about this parlor, DeLaval has it, is these flow, the milk readers for the weights. It's a straight through thing, so it's non-serviceable. You don't have to take it apart to clean it, but so the milk just comes in through the claw, and then right through the barrier here and right into the line, and then it comes around over to this receiver jar and then gets pumped over. You have the pump down there, and yeah, it's pretty simple. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get some water, and I'm gonna pull a couple of these apart and put them in water, let them soak, and go from there. We're going to be using the red acid, heavy duty acid cleaner and neutralizer. I'm just going to put it in a bucket of hot water, and then I'll be able to let them soak in that. I probably won't add much water, just some hot water. So what happens with these gaskets is when they get worn, it's what separates they're what separates the liquid, the milk, from the air. So if they get holes in them, they get worn where they flex, because they flex like that. They get holes in them, then you get milk in your vacuum line, and that's no good. Makes a mess, stinky mess. So I have 6 of them in there. I'm going to let them soak for a little bit here, and that stuff's really aggressive, and then I'll just wipe them down and hose them. So I have some acid, straight acid in a spray bottle. I'm going to show you how good it works here. I need to adjust this a little. This isn't fanning so good. I'm gonna need to do something better here. But I'm gonna show you here how quick this works. It's gonna be messy here, but I wanna show you just to get you a good example here. So, with this, you just put a little acid on there and you just wipe it a little bit. Just doing a test spot here to show you the difference. The white is from, we have a lot of hard water here. A lot of that's just hard water buildup. So that's basically what I'll do. I'll do that the whole way, but then I'll just take the hose and we'll spray it down. And it'll dry that shiny. So that's how we keep the stainless pipes nice. Probably should do a little more often than we do, but it's busy during harvest and stuff, and yeah. So I gotta do this whole thing. It's a little bit of a backbreaker till you get done with it, but yeah, I'm gonna continue cleaning here without my camera because it's hard to do with the camera, so I'll give you an update in a little bit. So we got these caps cleaned up now. There is an up and down. You wanna make sure you have them in the right way. They go in like this. So we'll throw all these in here. It's important that these are in correctly in their little spot. Now you take them and you twist them back on. You gotta make sure you have the hoses hooked up. If you don't have the hoses hooked up, the milkers won't shut off or turn on, one or the other. It's pretty simple, just a little bit of a time consuming thing. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up this side. I pulled the other 6 off and gonna finish this side up, and then I'm gonna work at that side maybe later, I'm not sure. But I gotta get a spray bottle. I gotta do some acid washing on this to get these shined up nice. Then also over here, the servicing stuff on this, you need to, on your drain thing here, you need to, this gasket needs to be clean. So I'm gonna take that off and make sure that's clean. There's an air filter in here, which I'm gonna replace that. And overall, just acid wash everything and make it all look a lot better. Oh, this is we have Del-Pro Farm Manager 10.5 version. This can get all of our milk weights here. I have a random cow I picked out here. It was up on the screen. She, I can see all her information. I can see her average milk yield for the week, her milk yield yesterday, her reproductive status. What's neat about this system with the Del-Pro is it has location, so I can actually look her up to see where she is. Hopefully she'll find this one. And this is the shape of what our barn is, and it shows that she's right there. We're right here, and she's right there. So it's the ear tags. It has the blue ear tag. A couple of them were failing, but nothing too major. They're working with us on that. But you can see what they're doing with their day. The blue is ruminating, green is eating, and red is other. So when you see a cow that has a lot of blue and green, that's a good sign. If they have a lot of red, that means they're a little low on activity, and it tells you where she was. All the big brown, yellow, orange, whatever color you want to call it, that's when she was laying in the stalls. But I can see on her rumination and eating, it shows she's okay. If they have a problem, they're sick, mastitis or something, they'll dip, and you'll be able to see that. And then for the heat and insemination, this was a cow that we bred this morning. She peaked there, and we bred her a little while ago here. It tells you how long you have to inseminate it. So this has a pretty good amount of information. You can see our breedings here, what we've been doing with her, and her past lactations, and then just her general tag numbers or ear tag numbers, birth date, and all that in here. And you can also see her pedigree to see who her mother was. So this is 2243 and her mother was 2063. So lots of stuff you can use here. There's lists and stuff, but it's a big learning curve, but it's also very useful. So this year I was feeling pretty festive, so I decided to attempt doing a candy cane again. I got some lights here from China, straight from China, and I'm gonna wrap them around this pipe here. There is some lights that are up there from years past, but I'm gonna rewrap it and see how it goes, how it shows up. If they're bright, I don't know. It's apparently 500 feet. Whether that's, I don't know how bright they are. I did plug them in at home. They have a little remote you can like adjust the brightness and stuff a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna swing them up there and see what happens. So we're about 25 feet up here. We're gonna start wrapping them. It seems like they pull out as it goes, so I don't have to unloom the whole thing. I might be able to just wrap it. I don't know. This is a pain, but I'm gonna do it. All right. So with a bunch of messing around with these things are a pile of junk. They are thin wired. It's one long strand, 500 feet. It's impossible to untangle. Do not buy those. So that's my fail of the day for sure. I filed my Amazon return and I'm moving on from that because I worked at that for like 30 minutes and I've had enough. That's a mess. So I don't know, I'm gonna see about maybe getting some American made ones here. I'm not sure, but yeah, fail. All right, so we got some more lights. We got 5 packs, 20 foot, 100 light bulbs. They're blue though, but I didn't want to spend as much money, so I went with the blue. They were the cheapest, so $4 a pack. So I'm gonna try them. Those other ones are a joke, so I'm gonna try these other ones. All right, so we made it up here. I wrapped one strand off there. I made it almost the whole loop. I'm gonna grab the new box out here. These are a lot easier, but I am going to throw this box off of here. It takes a while to make it all the way down, but I'm going to go pick them all up. So I made it at about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet from the top, and then all the way over. I gotta run this cord up there, and then I'm gonna see if I can find a timer or something, or just another extension cord for now, but I'd like to put it on a timer so I don't have to deal with it. So we're gonna give that a try. So I got them all put up. I did what I feared I would. I put the plug in all the way at the top, so I just had to run a cord down. I wasn't going to reroute it. I got it plugged in down here. I got a timer set up here. It should come on around 5 something tonight, and it'll be on till about midnight, and then it flicks on in the morning for an hour or two right before when people are going to work. So we should be able to see it later. I'll give you an update what it looks like later, but for now I'm gonna go start my barn work. All right, so we got finished work tonight. Just figured I'd drive up around and check out the candy cane one last time. Looks small in my video, but it looks big in person. So, all right, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See you on the next one. I have a side rant though before I go. I am so surprised at how much money is invested into this Christmas decorations at these stores. It's like $5, $10, $20. And the other thing is the wrapping paper. You ever notice how it's only like 2.5 feet of wrapping paper wide? It's like 5 square feet. Like, there's barely anything. Why don't they just make the rolls bigger? That drives me nuts. Because I got a roll the other day for a birthday present, and it was like $5, and it was like enough paper to wrap 2 presents. Like, ridiculous. So, anywho, we're going home. We're gonna make some chili. I believe chili, something with ground beef, and relax the rest of the night. Catch you later.